Yema Ghana for nyina kwaba na yenhye kasebo no ase. Yenhye kasebo no ase a ye body awuram ewo NPP wo so no kase amanyuko no emu. Na enu ade na echesra. Empenese akokọ wode hwe bekumaku. Ni nyina no ene se. Wonom ekọ eye parliamentary primaries ewo wale ewo North East region. Na abato no a ekọ so no enipa bienu anagina ye. Ye maame eye zuwera ejina mu bi. Ana wapani ba kwa omo echirem se wono ana oye personal aid. Edema mampani abedi echire Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia. Ewo wale ene ne mpotamo na wapani no so koi. Se wakwa kwa pirito me se wabepre se emarase bedwafie ni. Ediama wale enu ntini primaries no enra. Ana wonom ede hyehye so. Wabra abato no guso a ekoso no. Ene ya antitime ya antijame na ebo abese no nan adwumrem ho no. Ana beto dwa se abrante bia apolisifoɔ kyerɛ sɛ yɛfrɛ no Kamara Bawa wɔ dimirika abɔ ade awuram ɛwɔ kyerɛ sɛ baabi a wɔn to aba akenkan no atabiri ballot box no wɔatete papers na to agu monten so a kyerɛ sɛ anya asɛm ketewa na no ana apolisifoɔ ɛfrɛ reinforcement ɛma sogyafoɔ a wɔn so abɛtena bobɔ sɛ kurase watermelon ɛde tuo ɛto wɔn kɔn ho baayɛ ɛne amokas na ɛsini Kosovo ɛne Kandahar ahyeɛ so a na anya asɛm ketewa ne nyina no ɛne sɛ NPP parliamentary prime minister wamo ekro no eno so eyada ne wojamom na apolisifoɔ a na wamo ewo sin ho no wɔmbabro be 200 ene apolisifoɔ moto apolisifoɔ bicycle apolisifoɔ bo race ene apolisifoɔ pickups eyema ewo ho sada so ana sojafoɔ so ede ka mumruntum amoka besi ho no mu a wɔmo atimi ache abrante a ne din ede Kamara Bawa na adekwa pote nam so a ema abrante di mirika ebohura mu a asojafoɔ gina ho apolisifoɔ gina ho nanso wonsuro hwee wɔma ɛyɛ ballot box no so na wo bie so etiti bie tugo montre so ene wɔto ne sra ye no ene na kyerɛ sɛ anya asɛm ketewa na munchi no ne ba ye no mama ye ntie de ɛkɔ so ne bi ɛwɔ wale kakra. Enti ebusuade ekoso ewo wale wabra na wamo eto aba no emu nsam eno no na abrante na wamo ache no no apolisifoɔ nhwe mu kyerɛ sɛ yɛfrɛ no Kamara Bawa yɛkasa ni pa eche kodi apolisifoɔ ensam na eno achi ana wamo agina ho bi no bystanders ne bi enso ene nsam trofo di nkomo kyerem sa abrante no na wabɔ ne tiri mu pɔ sɛ wɔbɛkɔ so commotion ama bato no ema so kyena eno ntidie se ye no enye wo mo nwanwa nanso wo mo da nyame ase pa asa brante no enne apolisifoɔ ekura ne pachi.
Someone out of fear, knowing very that there is imminent defeat, has decided to disrupt the process. We know the person. I have raised issue this morning. You remember the confusion, the chaotic situation that visited the accreditation. The same person. So if someone tells me he doesn't know that person, I'm afraid. If you tell me you don't know this person, he's been arrested. The former constituency chairman for Nhyiraba Kwadwo.
His name?
Kamara Bawa. You tell me you don't know him, you don't know someone who has been on campaign platform campaigning for the MP. Such a person has abused the processes, disrupted these processes. I just hope the police will be able to take his course. The ballot, I'm told, is secured. It will be counted. They must count it. And I have absolute no doubt that when it's counted, the winner, the voices of the people, the people's favorite will be declared. This is my statement for them. But look, I have raised issue about this personality. I have had calls to go in and alert them that they should turn him out. He has no business in that particular processes. Several complaints have been laid to them in respect of this particular gentleman. We have seen the end result of it. He's been sent to Bolga. Let's hope the police take his action. But you see, this election has been won. It was won on the 27th January 2024. The verdict was a stolen verdict from the court. I did not run away from the process.
Enti wenu eye de si ye eye ewo wale na enu achi no ana returning officer a wogina mu de ma electoral commission wo bra na wo kenka aba no so nsam trofo bu sanse wo pani wodi e wogina mfimfin e de ade na nhunu ye enti abrante Kamara Bawa wo be hotri eye ballot papers free wonsam able to ballot box atotwene ye no so hu de ai.
We started, everything went very well. Well, we finished voting. After the voting, we did the sorting. Because we are about to finish the sorting and do the counting. A certain man from nowhere came in and stuck the ballot papers, destroyed most of them. The police were able to manage to arrest the person. He's right now in the police custody. Then we salvaged some of the ballot papers that have been damaged. We brought it to the police station. We called the two sides, Kabiru side and the Ajia Lariba's people. Ajia people were there. When for candidate A, not party to B. We made some consultation, and that was very difficult situation. We found ourselves. As we cannot, some of the ballot papers are damaged, and for that matter, you cannot determine. You see that we have to stop there for the party to take their decision on that, whether they will ask us to continue to do another elections. That one will come from it is MPP's election.
Any ayeti ye aye returning officer a wono na sabre na wonom aye sorting ewo wale baby omoto aba no a abrante Kamara Bawa wantene ho ase a ye kasai aposifo atimi ache no no emu nsam eno no na abusuasem wanti akoye bambon sensam yenkwa homa so na yani owura Anthony Akwe wo security policy analyst Center for Security Dialogue and Peace Advocacy eho ana wopani wo ye nadwuma yene no enkonkodi nkoma kakra ne ehwe wo man ye bambo ensensam yewra sa woti yanka DLFM sunie ya mo ahamo akwa ba o
mejo so many bema
senior bibia boko de
yamina adumadache reporter moswe
ewrade adom yenso wo de ache yen sada ewai de ya ba wo nchen aboko na enkomo yi eba ne sey a esese ye ba mo nchen mo na mote bambo ase se enra internal elections ye parliamentary primaries year to aba na in the presence of armed military officers, armed police officers, na individual betimi anya kukodro abowura mu akwa yi ballot box atete ballot papers e de adwane kopem sa police for beche no no yewra mo de mote bambo ase we no signal be na send e de ama wo man yen security architecture going forward 2024 elections.
Bema maminchi weti efu na yabre no koni maminka de mosi wo wale no ntwe na oya clear police systemic failure na in the sense that DLFM police service omo ya aware that this particular election oya za somewhere January in the initial election omo cancel it omo nim some of the issues are on them cancellation about the court normal nullify or them very election. Until we expect that the Ghana Police Service one risk assessment, one threat assessment ahead of this very election. Or then call question. And we give it there. So I there when you have the right risk assessment, put down the right security measures. And Kadam Kamara now to the man mono. Come to me to the man mono to them. Because in the first place, Kamara no, or yeah, pulling agent. So you pulling agent there. In what way? No, to me by or yeah, them access control, call on them to take that ballot boxes now or destroy it. So in the first place, Minabama, the Ghana Police Service have failed. They have failed the country, and more or less in some of these activities, no, or yeah, there. On my JD on your seminar, Ghana police, Okofom. So we must condemn it. The Ghana Police Service must rise up to the occasion and stand and protect the peace and stability of the country.
Yura said the wedding kind a condemn now who say we know a failure on the part of the police. No, my yembusa may sure say what video ni be the presence of the military. Yan can say a worrying situation, Anna.
Of course. You see, The military comes in at the time the police cannot handle such an issue. And like I said earlier, Ghana Police Service, in handling this issue, in the first place, so Yaza will put in the right measure, and Kaga no come to me access, no for ballot bosses. It's been a Brahma. The short of it is that the Ghana Police Service have failed Ghana.
Enti yewura wo hwa wada ma wo yakọ animu we no a test case ema yen security no ana December 7.
Obviously. In fact, yengine ye or the Ghana Police Service was all in a what to mission send them ye. I had them da Obama jedi na we shemi na nkofo manu mu, especially the Ghana Police Service no wakofom.
Yewura ma yana se papa se awia watimi agebre na woni DLFM adi nkomo na wache nimde a ebeboa wo man no bibia nso ne yewura ye besa ba wonche biem
beda se menebra
yenso yeda se papa abusuan wopani ene no adi nkomo yi ne din ede Anthony Akwe wo ye security policy analyst Center for Security Dialogue and Peace Advocacy ana wochirem se aposifo adi ntro se tam de ekoso no ye ntrodie Emma Ghana Police Service. Now when a wake up call, Edema wa my Ghana Bambo Kone say, Yebekwa elections say constituency ba ko pempunie. Na suppose if what meet na say ma obi betam ballot paper dia any the whole Ghana no. Grace Yashrenum was I just saying me bem. Na ebuso wo video no e ba Montreal so no a wo ho. Awurade. Hey. Enya soja for mfiamfia o. And so therefore my better bo na etuosin say wo mko ho enso still a blind team borem enti wo banyansa for Ghana yemu ye ho be yen kansem bia yen to akase bo no so
ya to akase bo no so ana egusu agina mu e wa ho bambo esense mu a na yemu onwewe Ghana Police Service for akache wonom de nkrata de ntaba bonten e bo kase se wonom sa ka blantie bi na blantie na ho nsema tiete se o man Ghana mu ni nyina ne se obomade ane sa ka iPhone yi bi na ne minim se kofitela de ne bidia watena se hu se eye se iPhone no ne camera no efe pa o de video wa nim beda papa ne senti wa kwatena be fun 10 times ne wa so ne camera de se ne so ene wa ka kira Ghana mpanifo se o ma Ghana mpanifo mu nyina ye pefri se o so ai kase a mesai ento kwa kase a mensa kam ne mba be ko okrom ha se no enya asem kuma kran na branties ma wa Kenya ne se yakopo ya adom pa na Ghana mpanifo yi ni se so ba ku bi pa chi se twi na ni se so ni mu ye pa wa o de ne be ya hanam e de amanese efri se ni be akwaso o man Ghana mu no ono wa dwene ho a enya de a wote ase nso a wontumi dwene ho na Ghana Police Service for 8 dem say ablantie ofla ne ho say kanewu to ni wo bona dwene de be si bia emfa ne ho sabe wadane se ne odwanfunu kura wo pe bibia ne ho a e be ha no kran endi wo kirem se ne nipa bia ne nsaba kana o man Ghana mu no wunu na wujira ne kwanza wona ba fenfen dia wa so ba ya papa pante no wakasa bontrene ade video na kwato we dentan so say Ghana mpanifo bia hwe ne ho ye titru maburu no nso hwa ho ye pefri say wa wuni ma woni nsaba kan de odo ba ya hanam ade amanese na mra video we ekwa ba dentan so pe na Ghana Police Service fo afa video yi e kasa kira Ghana fo nyina say ana ma no monto ablante we yatu no e ya ne ma ho nti wono ma declare ne wanted kuma wudu fo e movie bia why you wanted why you wanted crash and didi kanawi Ghana Police Service for Obama ne say ubi bia wonim ne humfoni ba biara no ba Facebook on so a DLFM 106.9 the video na it is a picture na to so ba ubenya bi ne wa bomade say crash wonim na bomade na ko police station bia ben wo na koyo masu tre say kanawi ne wa hu no na mo asem oda wo mu ni say so ba moden e pa blante wontuma e Ghana Police Service for sakana 50,000 Ghana cedis o man yemu aya den sika ba gu botoma wani betimi age pa sika na dem 500 million Ghana cedis yes ka kuma and Ghana Police Service for Obama yes bo mode na boa na krachi ya boni aba de trim o shiwni awudi aba de trim say o person de Ghana mpanifo bi nkwa egura to pre ene o man ma bi enkwa egura to pre no bo mode na boa na Ghana Police Service for ono musanka no musaka na de a 50 Ghana thousand and as 50,000 Ghana cedis ka we betimi aya odia ma unsu botom etima yede we ni krata hodo free Ghana Police Service for akachi eba de ye kase bo awie ye bom e de asomo
enti Kwadwo abrante na da Facebook no so
senior man na da ho no
enti ono osese wo hia hwan ya wo hia Ghana for mpeni
Ghana for mpeni fo bia obehia wo no
wo de wo nkwa be ya hanam
ba onfa nche wo kra
hey
eno ye temamu nimpo na se de ono no pese oye ne niam fa no wa mma na kwanya ma na anya saa dia wo nso obetumi agye nkwa afiri wo nsem
sa wona da Facebook we so
senior man na da hoyi kachi ya
enkofo a wo godro
chenso ehye no nya sem kuma o
I see
ama kai akane na eyi ye kura se kwa kosua eyi asrafo odwumadi ya emfa ama ya cadet no
hey but
ebi ne tria na pampam na nani abere pa
I see nti approach for declare wanted one
declare wanted say yen saka wo abeboa ye be kire no 50,000 Ghana cedis
ne mi wiate asikrum
nti we de kofiteda nso pon wan kofie mesrew ne yen nyina yen tinsim na yen saka ska we ayen pam yen say wo fie ai me ne wo no Okogyeabour ye betimi a che beboa wate ase ye ma ku 20,000 kra na 15,000 yemienu obia 15,000 ebetumi aboa ye kaka
we me pon news o amekoto torchlight
na mo kan kire
some nam krom ani
DJ Malion so one na mo ka 14 krom le we sika na aba no
miento akase ebo no so na yenkwa yanim yekwa yanim a wopani a wono ana oye director Emma Academic Affairs and Research Emma Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center Professor Emmanuel Kwesi Enin wode atuda achirem se watetesa Ghana fo ni bi ebode rosa free fair credible elections na wotirem so wono no bambon sensem what yase tiani na semba ko oka e de akire Ghana fo nyina no ene se si e can free and fair elections enya chance you na mum eye dwuma sese wo man nyina eye every se wo man mo yetie ase wo bia nya kwanya wo do political party wo MPP ni a wo do MPP esene Ghana so wo NDC ni a wo do NDC esene Ghana sa ni pa no so kire se free and fair elections eno ana wo kirem se si ye pese amemwo no ene wo man ya somdua ye kitemu no ye bekoso kitemu na democracy ne bekoso anya mpempenso e wo ya brabomu a ene na wo man ye nyina ye nhye da se ye de do ebe magana ne ya bo asomdua hu dawuro na ya kan de akire MPP ni NDC se ewom sa me MPP ni na so me do Ghana me NDC ni me do Ghana na emom no free and fair elections no nyese ye de ano e kan sa akwa wotirem se ebrasom se state institutions no ene amanyofo ene Ghana fo nyina behunu se wo mo na monto wo mo etu odwumadi a wo mo edie e wo elections mu nyina no e befa Ghana bram na enkofa te se bia me ko bibi na media presi me party e ba ne sadia free and fair elections no Ghana enya dia ye sabetimi aka wo de sansem we nyina atuda na wotirem se hu behia se stakeholders wono mo aka bi ewom e wo my Ghana ya bato nsensem no wo mo nyina betimi atena se ebusa se wo man ahiefa ane ye ni yie ni ebekoso aye na hensu ni anya ni yie na yetimi aye nsiesie wo se e ba ne sadia free and fair elections no wo man no ye sabetimi aka na emom si e ya adwene se ye bibia amana president political party dia free and fair elections no enye tontom ana mafa ne form.
My argument was very simple. We tend in this country to have this notion that getting to free, fair, credible, and hopefully acceptable electoral outcomes. I think that just my argument is that they do not. That as a nation and as stakeholders, we need to be very specific in the interventions that we undertake. But even more importantly, that we work towards those outcomes. And where we see that we are going wrong, be bold enough to call out that we are doing something wrong and that we need to change it.
And here, ye Professor Dr. Kwesi Enin, wano anwaye Director Emma Academic Affairs and Research, Emma Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. Ewo teshi ene mpotamo ana ode sansem atu edwa.
Ya to akase bono so ne egusu ejiremu ewa hobambo ensensemu. No penipa wa ben ewo ndende amanyosemu ne den ya de yawo asani tano. Wakase echirem sei so man Ghana ya pese ekoso akra emudie mu efa asomdwe ana afizika memke be memwo mudie a ehu behia pa se o mampani a ote Ghana benwa so na adodankwa akufuado obakwa so otu ne hofo no abɔ ne homaden agya ne na so mampani nemmom asɔhwɛ man Ghana abato so mecha electoral commission no ekoya hodo omfa so omudwumadie no aban omfa ne homfɔrefɔre omudwumadie mu opani ka se kyerem se eya no kura pa se o man Ghana ehia asomdwe pa nanso ne nyina titiw ne begina o mampani a ote jeze o man Ghana benwa so afiri se okitatumi pa abai ote benwa so yi so aka so de o man Ghana nkwa ene ya asomdwe ne kemeka memmo no abakoto asem obetimi ayefiri se asrafo ene ahobambo ko ni nyina no mampani nsem na hyenti owotumi se opeso ye bi obetimi aye ne senti opanita na aka se kirem se de Ghana man pani aka se ba bonten abeka se omanga na abate obetu we ne de obeja na so abo oman ho ban ama timi abo am na ba na sese na pen we so no basa ye bere enkonkosi eno opanita na o kirem se Ghana man pani ensema na waka no mo waya de na mom ade ba ko aka ne se wo yo man pani nti asumdwandi tu ni gina wo so anamo a obetuo no betimi akonkan abo oman Ghana asumdwe ye wo no yatumi akitem ana afizu kameka membo no so atumi atumpam opani kase no kirem say Ghana man pani e ade ba ko betumi ase otitru pa ne say electoral commission asosho man Ghana bato so no be yi abomoden se na Ghana fo bi keka ka se wei abani mpo ompese obeja electoral commission fuei ma ya man kasa ye omudwumade se de omope efisa aban na bomoden a epa opani pa oda yisi no anu nti aban betimi disusanso boni bi anasa nya influence ewo yisi fuo so na Ghana for kasa sang no pani kirem say Ghana ban ensema Ghana for kan you na wo chawaren de be se nyana de sense ma waka ba modern se obekọ so akura mudie mu so mampanin na wagina wona so na ma omanga na so mudwa ye wo no eho ahia wo afen so kabon ka bia mamu ampani fo so da to a won so obeka so mampanin a ukusu akura man bobani se obetimi aboma na ya adwuma efrisa so mudwa na free Ghana nsema de se kosua yedim da kura ya se beka bionti insensa wo da sisi amamba bi so ese amikese twetwa bi ni munsa atutu bi ni mani ese amikese dudu na ahwere wana mokwa ene amanyo semu ntokwante no ade betimi ya bo na man Ghana bi nkwoto ye ni nyansa oyo mampini mo so do na besi fom na sa hu bambo ne kamem mamu a twede amponya kopon de adom ye no yenko so ekramu emna panita no age emere sentwafo edi nkomo no emu kire mu nie
I mean, not that figure, any other skirmishes are proud to say a constituency election, regional election, to even national. No, by a monk of fortune, can we say the president in all canon in this business? And which of course is right for him to say. But behind closed doors, no, there was snippet of news about what is happening. To ensure, say, if the party continues to be in power, then they would have to be. Interesting, are involved in those things, no. Or once you are making those information, I will be able to have a can. And you know, my course was massive. He said, on a the castle, to a banner on a peaceful manner. Yes, but all canasa, I to me, you say you're continuing peaceful before so do well, what if I don't say no continue peaceful and answer? As I'm going to hear see it. And she said, on my point, the catch I see him continue peaceful. We agree with him. But on making sure, say, the systems are working, the electoral commission is not being manipulated as we perceive it to be. And when I'm worrying now, I'm not saying they are not working. I'm saying that there's a perception which I believe in. So they are being manipulated. But incumbent, by the incumbent, the air course we are cannot you say MPP either they will not comment at all, and I say they will defend their cause. In the sense, the electoral processes, you can't say the electoral commissioner and her people are not doing the things that Ghanaians want in terms of processes. No, we are wrong. You can say at the end of the day, no some pounds, so they are not opposition. I hold on, right. But no, which indicate to some of us say you can say we flop it. But when they as one day and no work up somebody, but look at the illegal transfers at Ecoso. It is those things that I was expecting some company ever caution electoral commission.
Any awuti ye a political analyst, they didn't add a yaw. Asanita no, and I what they say. Or dear futu, Eddie Magan and Penny for 2 Ghana man penny say. On also here for 20 Ghana penny for the one I want more than say bet me a boy. Na yisi juma dio mudino. Yenya one no mundo mujuma.
Yentu akase bono so obetime do adwenkyere ni nyina nso ahia yen wo Facebook no eso DLFM 106.9 na yenso ebrano so ebeje bracken kan ni nyina nso de amawo yeto nso akwansem fufuro mu a Chief Justice Justice Gertrude Esaba Araba Tokuno wade atodwa akire mu sei emra hodo a efire temu ohuo ni nyina no empenfo rehwemu no ma yensa kiraye amendment sene be ya parliamentary elections petitions and so no ye betimi aka ho asem e court said the Ghana for nyina nim no say emfinsha na bia no Ghana yeto aba na enso no petition ba ko ampempe no Supreme Court tatana so ene say ebia MPP ene Mahama so wonte ase na wode court ebia mampani akufo do so wonte ase na wode court enti da bia no ye challenge results no a presidential elections pe na nso ya mame echirem sa fedie empenifo nsakyereye awe no the rules of court committee as a high court civil procedures rule C147 2004 no empenifo nsakyereye ewom sane be ya se ekobase bia ye to aba emrase badwafo dibre no so na se bia obi nso asusu se MP dibre no yesisi no yamfa tese tumi no amano a enipa no so betimi afile petition na eno so no high court etimi atena so no wadi sansem no na yema mi chief justice ede sansem we nyina kwato dwa wo bra na Ghana Bar Association wo mudwubadi a wo mudie afibia no e wasante mantam no ana wo de sansem we kwato dwa wo kyerem se de empenfo ehhehye mani wie na se bibia to na akwam a parliamentary elections petitions and so no wo betimi ede akwa court ama emrahye badwam no so no yediniye pa.
The Rules of Court Committee has worked on amendments to the High Court Civil Procedure Rules CI 47/2004 to introduce dedicated rules on the resolution of parliamentary elections. It was noted in previous election cycles that the absence of a dedicated time frame for resolution of parliamentary disputes and the subjecting of such disputes to the regular procedural rules of court led to horrendous abuse of the adjudicatory process. These amendments seek to address this phenomenon and introduce further measures for expedited hearings, such as electronic service of court processes. Further amendments of the Supreme Court Rules CI 16 to improve the time frame for hearing of any presidential election petition, which I hope will not occur, is also in progress.
Ebusuani ayeti ye Chief Justice Yemame aye Justice Araba Esaba Tokono nanumu nsem anawte ye no
yantu akasebo no so ane ye monfenwura mu e wa galamse mum no penipo ye kofalbai Edema Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe wakase kirem say odi ya opa efri say nansan yimu sadia illegal miners yi aje omanga na de aboso akoya hodo omanga na mu omon aje de aboso ensase ya hodo ana fizinsu omanga na mu nyina no kotiko ya nipa binom efa so etufu magudie no wono maje esai Ghana nso nyana nso isi amekese ne nyade ampanifo aba moden etu na mompa bia ede afasa na mombone ho emno panini samtefo kasa na okirem say eha adwuye pa na ohwa koya hodo agalamsefui ede Ghana bedu sese ye kese ya wono momka bia wemu afimpo abe ya te omanga na benwa so ene amanyoku hodo wa mayimu nyina da obia ye din o won moden to na mompa bia emfa susanso bone a galamsefui ede bra ona omanga na so opani kase na okirem say si yetena se na yehwe han se oman ni eje oman obi apede ma no na obi aye de opa bedu ba no ahia Ghana ye bedu ye dokono ko pa wo ma Ghana mu opani Dr. Ken Ashigbe kase na okirem say na ko hwe ni mu say wo hwe oman Ghana civil society organizations ahoto na no anka sampo Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining ni ana fenso oman Ghana nkamo ko ahodo ni nyina de so no musu ene fra ono mo fresa nka banya baya on declare state of emergency na ko manga na nsuansu ahodo wa man mu nyina da mpo no mo biare mpo tumi me honom anya na dwonso kwa kotufu magude se be ya ekina bi no obi entini enko sei o manga na ya japade bi na ba Facebook no so wa DLFM 106.9 ya video ni bi ato so a wo ba wanka sa wo bokura be fono we free sei wo ba hwe mfidie pa kwa brane de kwa kwesi nsase so ejuri o manga na kwaye ene ajapade ene amanfo won ma ye etugu kwa emu oya pan opani akase kirem say akane na Ghana Water Company Limited enso wudo na modanda na niyama na beye nso kro agye ma na beye na fiafiem menya binom no na komo danda mu a na ka ka mba na ka yekuma bi kitikiti ma mpore na nso ne ye enam sade o manga na nso ene aye pika se timpampante no enso no sika mbe hia pa no badanda na ni no nyeska kuma nyeska to akra do mu kirem se eye kapa na sai illegal man na sia wanum etu galamsey edi sikegu o manga se botu o manga na yenya so mfaso biara no wanum se o manga na ajapade enti wakasa kirem se ensore enyuma nka wonku ahodo o small o manga na munya na afin so society organizations ni nyana no yanka woni amfa pressure pan fancy aban so ana to ɛyɛ hyehyɛ sɛ sabe yɛde asi foro no so sɛ betimi aboa na wɔde create state of emergency na timi abo na ɔman Ghana sɛ illegal galamsey yɛkɔ so ɔman Ghana mu no yɛtimi atu ase ɔpɛn ne dende te sɛ ne asigbe ɛkasa yɛ no emu kyerɛmu nie.
What it is that you notice that 2017, when we started the media coalition against galamsey, it was the media at the forefront. The same thing that you've seen in this couple of weeks where the media is leading. But at this stage, we've gotten to the point where we can't have our critical stakeholders behind us anymore. So we are calling on, so we've engaged the forum of the labor union, TUC, and the Ghana Labour Federation. All of them, we've engaged them because we want them to be by our side. We've engaged the clergy, we've engaged the office of the chief imam, we've dealt with a lot of the CSOs themselves are also coming. Even the Small Scale Miners Association, we've engaged everybody because we believe that we currently are in a crisis. And the crisis response we need to get, we are not getting it. We've had several people call on this issue of the declaration of a state of emergency to be able to deal with a situation where in August, you have turbidity at the Himan water treatment plant being at 14,000 NTUs. When you should be talking about 5 NTUs, that should be treated down to 1 NTU. GWCL, their plant there is supposed to be treating 500 NTUs.
And watching opinion, it didn't a Kenneth, as you bear as I can watch them say. Adiba kwa watana say agreeing when a more ya party to say. We show my gun and more year two. And galamsey ajo my Ghana for Nhyiraba boss one away a genocide just say. And penifo atnase and ya kukuma mana matu egu kwefri say. Galamsey susan so ne do wuo na nam nyadewa hodo na betu atese o man monte. Se penifo atu ho na mode bedu baabi no Ghana de hie bewu galamsey mu no. Mu ba ya pa enu sumu enkyere mu nie.
You know, with the power of all the people that were mobilizing the whole of Ghana, we then will have to exert the necessary pressures that the constitution gives us the right to ensure that the president will do this, and we should start seeing that the turbidity should start receding. We should stop the poisoning. Because you see, Evans, what is happening currently is the poisoning of all of us. And if you have mass poisoning, mass killing of people, what do you call it? It's genocide. Yeah. And the response to that is not what we're seeing. So that's the intention of what is going to happen on Wednesday. And so that post-Wednesday, with the conversations with all of you, we all will decide what we need to do. My only prayer is that by the time we get to Wednesday, the president will make that press conference redundant by calling the state of emergency over our water bodies, over the areas that the law itself says it's illegal, and making sure that we can deploy the Air Force over those water bodies. So when you are seeing him there, after you've been told not to be in there, then we take the necessary action of, dealing with you as a war combat.
Any awuti eko follow by Edema Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining. The thing at the doctor, Kenneth, Ashigbe, Nene, and Akuti, no.
Yentua Kasiebono so ana yedaso agiremu ewo galamsey sensem no emu. Na Professor Charles Mafo enso ene semtrofo di nkomo. Na wachirem se wo man se ne yesi atenase ama galamsey obi esika awo penti. Yenkwa ebretu asai. Yensu asai, Enquires sam nyina no. Ye no ba ye atimi asai asese o my Ghana anhwe yi a. Enye tuo ne bekuyen na galamsey ne bekuyen no. Wo kan de kire Ghana fo nyina se ukoto se Ghana ni bi ese nsuo. Anase wo sei emfudie wo sei forest no na se wutwituo esi sei nipa no so bonu tuo kunu a enyamfom so self defense wo tirem se ensuo emankwa sada so ana environment enframa nipa homie eno so mankwa entisi etimetima se ema obi se ono de galamsey nu an obeye na pani bi na hye na chinti ene obekọ so a ye galamsey no wabra ehun sunsanso no enipa mpempem ana betimi afam wawu a wono so wo kan the place se kokuram wanfere so obeto ohuni mu a wo so mfere kura sa odi asawa ebeta so professor eni samtrofo di nkoma kirem se ebra so se ya twituo esinwurem na wo a wo se nsuo wo de galamsey se nsuo se ansase no ye ma otuonku efrise no so self defense emu semie
na se yetu se ajobra obi anja na so de also betra wo class yetu de make any wo ya so de amama no wo fire that reaction so na say ni pa no so you put it to anyway of course wo feel na self defense obi ba so attack you e ba jo mu everything na o fe tu kare na bo ni kia I tell him, no, self-defense now. So, my inquest a boy in that. Oh, and I'm American. It's my knowledge in if water is truly life, the air we breathe is life. To say Maria, cabbage is a day, salad, yeah. It's a big there's a matters, heavy matters.
And here I Professor Charles Manfo. Na enkwamo we nyina no wone yenuanom Adom FM ana eboye womuso na eboye mayen saka ene no worba na Nhyiraba Kwadwo Ocran Adom ABY tiedwamu ana wode sansem we eto edwa awia pram to breka se bo na wia yi ye kenkan ede ama wo no na mamenko Facebook no so na menkan Ghana fo adwenkyere no so ekakra Asante Emmanuel ana wo so wo mehame akwaba wo highlife edi free Install Industries Limited na wo chia obia nso eje so Derek Ayete ana wo se news no edemu papa yeda se Francis Nati ana wo se akura news no loud and clear Watema community 25 the winner and was it the only commander of the airwaves Okogyeabour Media say no offer say pansa also the brofo aba na say ne open me and was say bumper to bumper news DLFM papa and Filippo Kwabreka say and what dia ba no was say amenhwe okay was see breaking the 18 year possible yada say keke so di Africa so Anna one also there by that say Lucky Jackson and was a Ghana's #1 radio station DLFM yada say Anna Richard Ahwe DJ Ghanaman and was in news no loud and clear papa ye betri DLFM and next and was we BM pa yada say Anna Lucky Jackson was say I think it's about time we sell this country called Ghana and give everyone's his or her share. Now be ankwatra and baby free say we my team we dear aya my phone and yesim we mamon Belinda and we say we me ha me akwaba we tie hwen life edi free Adenta house and down nana adwene pa hene we dia semporto so mienu and we see DLFM is everywhere. Keep the professionalism in journalism live at ACP Estate yada say and why so any Kofi Parliament one also what yaba and was with in life edi free agona bobikuma and was because of Galamsey more than 1 month now I have not seen a pipe water at my home. All about someone's selfish interest. Brofo de amudi bi kumene Anna Obediosen was say I am from Galamsey area in the western region and trust me burning of excavator was the best but there were favoritism. They should bring back burning of excavators to deter others and also what they be. Ebusua ye jira we so adan hu sesia ba age aboafo nkrato ye ba apakan atena se na agoprama so nsam yemfa ensomo stay tuned ye ba sesia Jack makwako hunu new Lucky Electricals na wura mu a eniema ewo ho no ese abrochire wo niema hodo bi tise cables main switch ceiling fan switch and sockets lights and also wo chandeliers floodlight street light spot light surface light any lights ahodo PVC pipes trunkings any breakers ni nyina bi ewo new Lucky Electricals. New Lucky Electricals, wholesaling and retailing. Na sa wo pe ba ko so a obetimi abowrem eno nti some ye companies wo ye fiera and na say mo ye contractors na mo pe enkane ahodo and electrical cables ade adi mudwuma de fo ani kirem New Lucky Electrical wo ye delivery service eno nti ba bia wo bia no ye betimi de niam no abrel na dodo a wo beto no so ne discount a ye de echewo wo branches ahodo pi Accra Central or Opera Square wo ben Wisconsin International University North Legon womo any DLFM ana eye opposite West London so wo Simabriu Fashion echi hope Achimota New Station New Lucky Electrical Eben Shell Filling Station no wo betimi afre number 0559 37 17 63 esa your WhatsApp anase 0244 21 25 01 wo betimi so asa afre wo mo 0245 02 46 29 New Lucky Electricals. We add value to your homes.
It's official. DLFM 106.9.
Ebusia enewe mayan samoa ha en samoa kwaba mfamra deal.
Ohani nsia echiri ponkron kasa fidie so enewia prem to bre kasa bo emreredu se agudie momranten so yesinkunya na agudie mo nsama hodo ayaboabo ano no ebusua yesi bre ne yede bedown Ghana de wa ebiblemu de kan ena nkrofon kroso ewa amanone ekan ebusua yaboabo ani nyina no ayede babesomo mi amedi agudie mo nsama na de ba dia meje so no ayensu ano de share Apakanjich the blessed kinebusu yenshase emfan semna enguon fama yenshase emfan fi yendiem e Ghana AFCON 2025 ebekoso wo Morocco na qualifies no group F endra wo Morocco no Ghana eni Niger edi game baako edi kobani na game ne kwawie no na Niger ahye kane baako ema Ghana so yatibu baako Alidu Sedu edi kan ehye go no edi ma Ghana and afenso on the 81st minute no Abranti efene Sako ete kana edema omaya yefe Niger game ne kwawie no na Niger ahye baako Ghana so ahye baako na meno kase after 2 games no wo group F no say and a group na kwaye Angola abedikan omo 6 points Sudan abetos mienu 3 points Ghana ya toso miensa ya 1 point and Niger enso etoso enaya omo twato omo 1 point eho enkomo no na after sa agukensie no ekwawie no ena training edema Black Stars of Ghana ye fen Otuado Okasai Otuado chema endra adia ba kwa amwan ene se Ghana no ye consider goals for cheap goals ena ye consider na osi oye disappointed essence ye consider another cheap goal in the early and I say in the last minute of the game against Angola and Andra so ya share ya tena se kokwasa sa ama ya sanso I consider last minute goal against Omaya yefeni Niger into ase sade ya koso no de na ne nje kra oye very disappointed erian sama Otuado ede atudwa era yebisanse in the pressure ewo Ghana so ana eno so ontwantro in the pressure ewo Ghana so yepa na ese ye perform better esanse baby adu ne de pressure ewo yen so ene yebisanse nyame adom October ye die ni no first week na yani Sudan bo na sa game na rekosan area Ghana and Otuado chenwa sa game no ye ni bibia ye be must win for Ghana against Oma yefene Sudan or see we no draw kra no M1 enti kwambia so no sa game October first week no yani Sudan ekwakobo no kwambia so ese tumi ewini sa game no we ene nsema Otuado odi atudwa ye de wonsam ede amao na Black Stars of Ghana yan ringa osanso sinakan edema LA Galaxy ewo the US Major League Soccer no na game we wantumi ankobobi esanse ne passport no na won nsem kaka na ofasa kwenya we so edi koshia National Chief Imam Dr. Sheikh Osman Nu Shaributu and Andra Brantia your friend Joseph Pencil ekoshia Sheikh and Andra oni Sheikh ekwatwetwe komo santo na wasashe bo se Fadama AstroTurf no ende onward ni sika ebe renovate ne kama emetumi aboa ema Fadama ntu enya talent bi tiso no Joseph Pencil essence Fadama ono eho eno hyase erifie we eren komatwetwe efi Black Stars of Ghana ringer Joseph Pencil na kachia yede won komo edi atwanim na Star Times and broadcasting right holders edema Ghana Premier League no na meno kase contract no abawie ema na akoye bibia wo se omoni embeto so ana omoni ento so no eno na Frederick Achampon dodo na no efren Fred Achi oye GFA ESCO member wakasa echoma nientia ende no contract no ebewie a GFA no aye na adwen se omone Star Times no ento so ene se o se oni yenkasa ekura no ende Star Times edi GFA ka be $1 million a omuntua na akwakoye bibia wo eno ntina ende GFA no so aye na adwen se omuma Star Times adwumako no ento broadcasting ne so a yede wonkomo edi atowanim na urem ewo Austria Bundesliga side ya from Wolfsberger AC Akachia omabe Ghana wafa akache 20-year-old midfielder your friend Godwin Agbovono Bobo kwa your friend Wolfsberger AC from Austria no ometumi abesign abrante ya okwakosina kan edi amawa yede wonsam edi etwenim na otwi na Ghana Premier League no match day 1 no etumi etodwa na Bobo kwa friend Heart of Oak etna fie Emma Basake Holy Stars ebechi omo ebo mekaba kwa omo entmante na after the game no na Abdullah Ghazali coach ma Bobo Kwa ye friend Basekewoli Stars na Abdullahi Ghazali Akasa or say Bobo Kwa ye friend Hasso Folk no kwasiada no omo andareti Bobo Kwa ye friend Basekewoli Stars echirema o where omo nyetima ombetumi ahye has omo nyetima ombetumi ahye has eno ena motivate omo Basekewoli Stars omo tumi ebekonkoden etumi benya nkunimdie no against Bobo Kwa ye friend Hasso Folk inti according to Abdullahi Ghazali Ochuma or say has andareti omo eno omo fa so e discipline omo ende omunya nkunimdie no na Kara United enso etna fie ema sante kotko be show my kaba kwa o mentumi ante na coach Jimmy Koblan ena ye coach Edema Bobo Kwa ye friend Kara United or say on the day no ade aboa kotko ema mutumi nyankunibidie no ene som goalkeeper ye friend Mohamed Kamara no ono ena ogiremu eye crucial saves awro ede boa kotko o mutumi wini sa game no into asesa game no kotko ewini a o momfa basobode ni nyina ema goalkeeper ye friend Mohamed Kamara ye de won komo twetwen ede atuanim na Ghana Football Association Disciplinary Committee no Oma charge Heart of Lions omo coach coach Bashiru Hayford omo se we breach GF no omo section 34 cross ASCD no we breach of the Premier League regulations 2019 say omo gema omo ne Adriana Football Club eboy no coach no ekokika nsembi for match officials no wa na nyane kwanso entina disciplinary committee no omo tumi a charge ro a enwo enkomo twetwe no a ye de amao na nyame ya aduma kwasiada ebe wo Kwando Air Sports Stadium no eho na Hasso Folk ene Bobo Kwa ye friend Heart of Lions ene match day 2 no ekwakobo ani na coincidentally no Heart of Lions for a confirm say omo attacking trial no omo nyina former players ene ma Hasso Folk enti kwasiada has ekohia attackers omo ye omo former players Kwadwo B Junior ebe jira ni mobi Abednego Tete ebe jira ni mobi ena Michelle Sapon so no ebe jira ni mobi na omone has achi ayantam so nyame aduma kwasiada yere wonsam edi amawa enya asem ketwa na Ghana Premier League match day 2 no fixtures no enyaba memene da Legon Cities enemy yama bebo kwasiada Young Apostles ni Nation Service bebo Basekewoli Stars any Dream Service bebo Brekum Chelsea any Kara United ebebo Bechem United any Adriana Football Club na bebo na Heart of Lions any Heart of Folk abo Juada no Accra Lions any Vision FC ebebo nanke se Samates ni Go Stars bo na Santikot Koni Nswateman bo na so Samates any Nswateman ebo Africa enti ye two sa games ni nyina e de ashada e wonsam no yewrem ewe bibrem na AFCON 2025 Morocco qualifies and games to the result no yam farmer order say net ye wo group A no Madagascar 1 Comoros 1 group B no Lesotho and Shebi Morocco ebo mekabako a omentumi ante group E no Equatorial Guinea 2 Togo 2 Uram L group F Niger 1 Ghana 1 Angola 2 Sudan 1 Uram L group H Ethiopia tenafie ema DR Congo kwa shome kamino omo entumante wo group K no Uganda 2 Congo 0 ena Uram L group L Burundi 0 Senegal 1 enso ewo nyame adumande game se beba so no Uram L group B wona ebo enda no na Gabon any Central African Republic ebebo wo group C no ebo no 9 da Botswana any Egypt ebebo ena afen so ebo no nso a Cape Verde any Mauritania ebebo wo group D no ebo 1 PM ya Rwanda any Nigeria bebo na 7 PM nso no omaya yefre ne Benin so omone omaya yefre no Libya edi aboani a enwo enkomo twetwen no wo group E no ebo 4 PM a Liberia any Algeria bebo na group G no 7 PM Chad any Ivory Coast bebo na 7 PM na no Zambia any Sierra Leone odi aboani group H 4 PM Guinea any Tanzania ebebo na group I 1 PM no Eswatini ni Mali ebebo na Mozambique any Guinea Bissau abo group AJ 4 PM and then Namibia ni Kenya bebo na Zimbabwe any Cameroon abo na group K no omaya yefene South Sudan omone South Africa bebo na 7 PM wo group L no Burkina Faso omone Malawi edi aboania enwo ensem no UEFA Nations League endra France mienu Belgium entumi ante Israel etnase Italy ebo meka mienu omutimu baako Norway mienu Austria etimu baako ena Slovenia Kazakhstan ebo meka miensa omo entumi ante oma aye friend Montenegro enso etnase Wales ekobo meka mienu omutimu baako ena Turkey miensa Iceland etimu baako uwuramu enso a Cyprus etnase ema Kosovo ekochi omo nane omeka nan a omo entumi ante ena Romania miensa ema Lithuania eti ekanum baako nyame adoma ene games ebeba so no say enetie ebo 4:45 Hungary and Bosnia and Herzegovina edi ebebweni ena 6:45 na no Netherlands and Germany ebebo sansuna urema ebo 6:45 Albania and Georgia bebo na Czech Republic and Ukraine edi abweni 6:45 na no Finland and England ebebo na Ireland and Greece edi abweni 4 p.m. no Latvia and fellow Iceland edi bebweni na 6:45 no North Macedonia and Armenia bo 6:45 no Andorra and Malta ebebo we UEFA Nations League games ebeba so nyame yadomande na yewie no Kwame Ball ewo South America World Cup 2026 qualifiers no ene ebo 8:30 enwumre ya Colombia and Argentina bebo a big game by all standard Empire bigger and at 9 p.m. no Chile and Bolivia at the ebebweni and at 9 p.m. no Ecuador and Peru bebo na ebo 10 p.m. so or my friend Venezuela or moni Uruguay at the Ayantam so ye de ewonsama oni yegina so na agudie munsama ye de besomo no ye de esi ebusuami amedi agudie munsam no at the ebedan di ameje so no ayeng so no de hye Upper Kenjich the Blessed King Okogyeabour Nhyiraba prapre na ebusuya ya sore so
DLFM 106.9
ebusuya nyina we so na ensam no yemfa ne nyina ensi ewa hanomo na Derek Junior Boateng ana wase news no age ba bia ageta enso yedase ewo ho ana Kofi Parliament si yanwene Ghana ho nkane ansana yadwene elections ho yedase ene wafutuo yegyina we so na kasebo no yede asi Kofi Taylor ana de yan ekọ Facebook no eso ema wadaroma onya bihweye ema wetimekire wadwen so yedamo ase pa se mo ma yakwanya se yemra mesom na yesoso a ene eye ebenada ene ye freestyle Tuesday on mo se se de e ka mitiri mu ba se adwendwen no adwendwen ensa makoma nana adwa se okay ene ne mpamfo besim konya na Tuesday's edition of DL Hour wo mo de atwa so e mammo na chinchina twan kwame efum obesi anmo anya asam kotoa entima fidie no emfiri ha akenkanfo nso ye namienu pe edia mejeso eye gangster cat ya metenkura Okogyeabour Ocran mene
bema 10 gram a me hune tia ha sentemu Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B kufitela na ade
DL News.